7.2 is going to teach us about complementary and supplementary angles. Complementary angles are when two angles equal 90 when added together. So in the example image, we have an angle of 60 degrees and 30 degrees, and we know that 30 plus 60 equals 90. Okay, or the example of angle 1 and angle 2 make a right angle, so that equals 90. Okay, so remember that complementary is 90 degrees, okay? Complementary is 90 degrees. I like to remember that by saying it is right to give a complement. It is right to give a complement, and complementary angles are right angles or equal 90 degrees. That's kind of how I remember that. I'll give you another example when we talk about supplementary. Okay, supplementary angles are when they add up and they equal 180. Okay, 180 is a straight line. Okay, so if you look at 135 plus 45 in the example, if you add those together, you're going to get 180, or you're going to get this straight line. Okay, so angle 3 and 4 are supplementary angles because they equal 180 degrees or are a straight line. Now, this is sometimes really hard for people to remember which is 90 and which one's 180. 90 always comes before 180 when we're counting, right? 90, and then we count 180, okay? Well, C comes before S in the alphabet. C comes before S in the alphabet. 90 comes before 180 when counting. So a complementary angle is 90 degrees, and a supplementary angle is 180 degrees. So they go in the natural order of things. C before S, 90 before 180. Or you can always remember that a complementary angle is 90 degrees. It is right to give a complement. It is right to give a complement. Right angles or 90 degrees are complementary angles. So the first part is going to be classifying the angles. Looking at angles, what do they actually classify as? Okay, so these two angles right here, 70 plus 110 is 180. 180 means that they are supplementary angles. Okay, so 41 and 49, I can see right here that they equal a 90-degree angle. If I want to double check that, I can add them, and I get 90. So these are complementary angles. Okay, here's another one, 128 and 62. Well, 128 and 62 actually equals 190 degrees. So those are neither supplementary or complementary. The second part of this section is using what we know about complementary and supplementary angles to find a value of x. Okay, I can see right here that these are going to be complementary angles. They equal 90 degrees. So I'm going to have 4x plus 36 equals 90, which equals 4x equals 54. So x equals 13.5. I used what I knew by looking at those angles. I knew that they were going to be complementary. They were a right angle. Okay, on the second one, these two angles, this angle and this angle, equal a straight line. Okay, straight lines are supplementary. Okay, so I'm going to have x plus x minus 4 equals 180. Well, 2 x's would be 2x. Remember, there's an invisible 1 in front of those. Okay, so 2x equals 184, right? Because I had to add 4 to both sides to get my x's alone. So x equals 92. Okay, so you're going to use what you know about complementary and supplementary angles to solve for x. Okay, in this part of 7.2, we're going to learn how to construct angles. And so I have my protractor and my piece of paper, and it says to draw a pair of adjacent, which means right next to each other, supplementary angles So that one angle is 60 degrees. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a straight line using the straight edge of this protractor. Okay, so I've got my straight line. Okay, then at some point I'm going to line up, put my little dot in here. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to line that up. I'm going to find 60 degrees and mark that. I could have as easily came over to this side and done 60 degrees here because it doesn't matter which one. Okay, but then I'm going to take my straight edge and I'm going to line this up. Okay, so now I have a 60-degree angle. I needed an adjacent angle. Now, I know from previously the adjacent angles share the vertex, which is this right here, and share a similar side. So I have this side right here. Okay, and I need them to equal 180 because they're supposed to be supplementary. Well, I made a straight line, and then I made this 60 degrees, so then I know that this one over here is going to be 120 degrees.